and he is making his way to give his cover to his teammate Pratik, and this is going to be really tricky at the moment as just one person from team number 10 is there at that time, and he is there at that building, and he is going to get spotted right now. Is that going to be a fight at the moment as Ami is making his way, and he's going to get spotted. He's going to take down one person out there. King is going to go down. He is going to look at another guy, but no, one more person is going to come from his team, and he's going to help him out, and that is going to be the end of one of team number 10's player. Ami is going to go down, and that is going to
you know what was the saddest part about that is, I'm pretty sure that the guy who just got killed, he would have been screaming for backup, and none of team number 10's players are actually close to him.
Both of them, I mean, one of them were actually close to team number 10's.
He went away.
He just went away as soon as these people were charging in. That was something which they should
that is betrayal, man. That is the really saddest part of PUBG's
top 10 anime plot twists.
Yeah, top 10 anime betrayals coming in as team number 10 just basically abandons one of their players, and we're going to be looking at team number 16, and this is actually near the bridge area, I think. Okay.
Actually, no. The two teams which actually went on to know, I guess they are going to fight it out right now. We are going to see a knockout coming out there. Team number 13 is going to take down one person from team number 16. They are pretty much close by, and we are going to see a fight at the moment as we are going to see someone who's making his way right in front of his teammates, and let's actually see if they are going to go for the fight. They are going for the fight because we see two people getting knocked out, and Robot is going to go down as well. This is going to get really tricky as Abhishek is going to get one, and this is really in favor of team number 13.
No, actually it's not. It's actually in the favor of team number 16. Team number 16 are going to be in the best position right now.
They may be on the best position, but they already have one person who's down, so that is going to really help them. That's not really going to help.
But then again, they are in one building. I'm pretty sure that they can revive themselves. The only player they have to worry about is team number 13's player, who is actually going to try to make that flank. And you know what? That guy is completely alone. He's not getting backed up by anyone. And if they get that easy kill onto team number 13's players, they can certainly take a fight onto team number 13, who are on top of this hill. And look at this.
I think he spotted him out, and I think Priest has spotted him out, and I think he's just waiting for Maninder to make the mistake so that he can capitalize on that. He's got that Carl as well as a scope attached to it. He's got a DP28 as well. That's not really going to work out, I would say, even though we have witnessed a lot of long range shots coming out there from the DP28, successfully hitting it out, and we are going to see him spot out Maninder from team number 13, and Maninder has a clear idea where Priest is, and he's got a VSS, so let's see which is going to do a lot of damage, or which is going to deal the killing blow out here, because is it going to be the VSS or is it going to be the Scarl? We just have to wait and watch, as both of them are trying to juke it out, trying to go for those peaks, and not really pretty much eventful, as we are going to see Maninder getting tagged for a lot of damage from the Scarl of Priest, and this is actually gonna help for team number 16, because
but he needs to be careful, because team number 13, that guy is gonna be backed up by his teammates right now. Three people just right behind him, and it looks like Jarvis is gonna be looking at that angle. He is gonna try to go for the kill, but no, why are you waiting? Please click the trigger, and he does, but it seems as though nobody has actually gone down. Jarvis is just going to be going ahead and trying to go for the healing, and he will be able to successfully do so as Maninder goes for that.
Maninder has just the bandages. He doesn't have any first aid kit or something like that.
But his teammate is right nearby.
There's going to be another shot like that. He won't be having a lot of healing, as we are going to look at the first drop coming out there, right onto the western side of Milta Power. We've got an MK14 as well as a level 3 suit with it's coming up with all the level 3 things in the map, the level 3 vest, the level 3 helmet, as well as the backpack. So that's a loot which people would not be wanting to miss. So I guess we will be seeing some team going on pretty soon, because we did see a couple of teams right in the vicinity of Milta, as we are still seeing Maninder still putting on to the bandages, and I think he got tagged again, I guess, because we are looking at team number 16 and 13 still right out there. They're not even picking up a fight. They're just trying to spot out people out there. Probably they are going to go right now, because Berkeley has already spotted one of team number 16's player in the form of Shagar Khan. So this is something which is going to happen right now. We are going to see a fight at the Vex. Victor coming out there. He's going to a knockout for an exchange of a knockout. Maybe two knockouts from one team each, and there's going to be another one as well. This is not going really in favor of team number 16. Just one person in and who is still alive, and this is going to be really tricky for him. He is going to spot out someone, but he actually chooses not to take that fight. He is making his way inside Nova, probably trying to escape from that, because that clearly did not go in team number 16's way. We still have one more person actually from team number 16, and he is actually knocked out. So I think Priest is trying to go and trying to save himself, and probably trying to prolong himself, but Maninder has spotted him with that Karel and the scope really helping him out, and he is actually going to go for the he's probably trying to go and try to take the last guy alive, because that is something they can probably go on for, because since that he is the last guy alive and the other guy is knocked out, I think they have the upper hand and they probably will be going on to try to take him down.
They probably can take the kill, and the only way that team number 16 Squeeze can escape from this place is if he gets on a boat. But look at this, actually, we are going to be looking at Maninder. He might just be able to spot him out. Actually, he does manage to spot him out. Oh!
He's going to spot out a board. What is this? This is actually helping team
predictions, man, predictions. I'm an oracle.
But you know what? I don't see a reason why he's going to go for the board. But if he's going to go, he can probably go.
Yeah, he can go for the other
military base, because the white zone, the new white zone, is going to come right onto the southern island. So this is going to get really interesting, as we are going to see a fight between team number 11 and team number 20. Two knockouts here, one for team number 11 as well as 20. We are going to see Chaito going inside, and he's going to take down that team, and that is going to be the end of the team. And team number 11 coming out victorious. A lot of damage being taken out there,
and Pochinki to themselves.
And exactly the most important point.
Yeah.
But I guess the Pochinki part is just going to be there for about one more minute.
Yeah, because they will have to make their way.
Exactly, because the zone is going to go on to the southern island. So whatever they want to do, they just have about one more minute to do whatever they can for Pochinki. Because after that, it's just going to be the running game, because they have to just go find a base.
Or the driving game, man.
Oh yeah, the driving game. They just spotted one, the three-seater motorcycle right opposite.
Oh, I would not go on that. That is a death trap, man. I mean, I would rather go for, I would rather land in school with 50 other people than go on. That is my petty fear. That is my petty fear. And we're actually going to be looking at team number 11. They are not looking really good. They don't really have a lot of healing, and I hope that they will be able to scour a bunch of these places on their way to the southern continent, because they do need those first aids. And meanwhile, look at this.
We are going to see a battle at the bridge right now. Team number 5 as well as team number 22, both of them onto the bridge, and I guess this is going to be a fight which team number 5 will be advantages with. But no, that is going to shut my mouth, and that is going to take that headshot right onto SACR. Two of them from team number 5 are going to get knocked out right now. Team number 22 are really, on the upper hand at this moment, as they are trying to push it in, and they are trying to take down team number 5 at the moment. The revives being made by both the players who are alive from team number 5. So this is going to get really risky. The car coming out there, they are probably going to attempt a drive-by at the moment, and I think that is going to help them out, because one of them are, because both of them have to, put some health onto them as well. So that's something which is going to buy them a lot of time. And the DP28 is going to actually matter a lot into this, because even though it's not going to be pretty easy to control the recoil, the nade is going to get put down there from Fogboy, but then one of them is going to get taken down, and oh my god, a lot of numbers coming out there. One of them being from team number 5, and team number 22 have one person knocked out as well. So this is going to go either way. The reload coming out there, that's taking forever, so that's actually buying a lot of time for team number 5 as well. We actually spot the nade being cooked down there, but that is actually going to land. He's actually going to land first kill, but that is not going to give him any kill. But that's going to be another person who's going to go down as well. He's going to bite the dust, and that is going to be team number 5 who are going to bite the dust, and that is going to be team number 22 ending up victorious. A beautiful fight coming out there right in the bridge, battle of the bridge, I would say, and the zone is going to move in right now. So this is the time where they have to make the move. They still have the vehicle, I guess.
And you know what? Team number
22. We see team number 7 out there as well, I guess.
Well, yeah, certainly team number 7 are using that boat to actually traverse their way onto the southern continent, and it seems as though team number 22 just might have that little good angle, and they can actually risk it out, staying in the blue zone long enough to get that knockout onto team number 7's players. And look at this right here, they are actually running right towards the bridge, and if team number 22 manage to spot them out, that is going to be a bunch of easy kills just going their way.
I think they are not going to do that. I think, oh my god, I guess we just missed team number 7 just heading right across another team which was going onto the board, and I really don't know which team that was. Probably that was the team which was from Novo, I guess.
No, that was not Purist. That was Priest actually. Priest, okay, we are going to be looking at one player at least getting knocked down, and
he can go down.
He can't be saved, because once you land in the water, you are going to be drowning.
Oh my god, that is going to be
it's like an ejection sheet, man. Like that was so sad. And we're going to be looking at team number 7. They are going to be making their way into the zone, but with one less player who is going to be drowning right now. And look at that boat drift coming in from team number 7. They are going to be drifting onto land, and they are going to be using that boat as cover. Maybe not. We are actually going to be looking at one team from team number 6 actually near a little bit eastern side of the military base.
This is a beautiful play coming out there from team number 6. They have a really good advantage out there, given that they can actually spot out almost half half of, I mean, not even half. I think
they can spot out the full southern continent
island. As we are going to look at Kunal, who's probably going to switch his BSS. Oh, he's actually going to go for the Groza coming out there instead of his car. That's a good buy. I would say that's actually a good, that's actually a good thing to do, and that's probably going to give them an easy loot out there because there was literally no one right next to the drop. Even though 9 and 16 were there, they probably chose not to go for it, as the drop was not actually in the high altitude. It was more a little bit steep. So
and meanwhile, we're actually looking at team number 10. Team number 10, they are going to be very far away, and they are going to be trying to make their way inside of the white zone, and they have to be careful because wherever they decide to land, there is going to be a team which is going to be meeting them. There's going to be team number 9, team number 16, and team number 8, and we're going to be looking at team number 10. The best solution they can do to actually get a little more forward into the games is if they just try to stay in the water for as long as possible. But we are going to get team number 15, 40 or team number 24 is Dacia at the moment, and I think they are going to go for it, but probably not. He just chose to not fire the button, and probably that. Well, he does fire the button. It's just
not really connecting, but that really didn't help the case, as we are going to look at team number 24's Broccoli Soup, who is making his way right inside the blue zone. I mean, right inside the blue zone.
Broccoli Soup reminding all of us, to eat our vegetables right here, and they are actually in a really good position because this place is going to be completely isolated from all the other teams, because the other teams are going to be kind of in a really clumped up situation.
It could be isolated, but the problem he is going to face right now is he's going to cross the bridge, and we still have one more team who are at the other side of the bridge. Right after you cross the bridge, you are going to find probably a team or two at the moment. So they still don't have much time. They are going to go for the boat as well. That's actually going to be their escape route, I guess, the boat coming out there, and he is going to go and just go get that boat and probably go on and just get the hell out of that place, because just about in about 4 more seconds we are going to see the next zone pop out, and we are going to see one person from team number 24 making it after a long time, and we are going to see team number 10 finally making it into the white zone, and I think they will be met upon with team number 24 who are there right on their left hand side. So this is going to be really tricky should they go for a fight, but probably I guess they are going to play it really safe. I'm sorry, team number 8 was the team which was in the left,
and you know what, it's a really good idea, and a lot of these teams, this is the most usage of the boats we have seen in our live streams as of yet, because this zone is like that. This zone is very unique, even though the playing spot was actually very similar to last games. The zone is so goddamn different, and look at this. I
wouldn't just blame it on the zone, but we are going to see just about 36 people alive, and that is also one factor heading in when you are actually going to cross the bridge or cross the island, because you will a lot of people would have gone into the military base or Novo when you are going to land on in the mainland. So that is something which people will be looking after. If you have a lot of people, like 30 people in the probably in the 3rd or 4th zone, that's something you really need to think twice, because you will be met with a lot of people as soon as you cross the bridge, or maybe even in some cases we actually saw people camping in the bridges as well. So as we just saw about 2 more minutes just 2 minutes ago, we saw a fight between 2 teams in the bridge as well. So that's something which people are really thinking about.
And we are going to be looking at team number 24. They are going to be landing right onto the coast of Novo, and they're not going to be getting any loot or anything. They are kind of sorted out. We are going to be looking at Abuwalia with his AK-47 and the Kar 98.
It's actually Aluwalia, and he's got an AK as well as a Kar 98. That's also a dream combo, I would say, even though both of them are using the 7.62 bullets. And I think he's actually pretty much stacked up all the level 3 vest as well as the backpack. Just a level 2 helmet, that's not really going to do much of a difference unless you are going to get hit by an M24 or a Kar 98 right onto your head.
And we're going to be looking at team number 6's Wolverine right here. He's just going to be going from right onto the ledge of the mountain.
But we are going to see Fogboy taking out one person with the help of a molly. That's actually the first time we are going to see in today's stream, even though we have seen a lot of them in the previous.
And mind you, Fogboy was actually the guy who got the victory over at the bridge battle, the battle of the bridges right there. So that not really surprising. We are going to be looking at team number 13. They are going to be circling around that little hill over at the southern side.
We are going to see about Fogboy trying to go and try to do all round stuff right now. Team number 9 is going to be right at them, and he is going to get taken down there by one of team number 9's players. And he happens to be the last person from team number 9. Sapphire is his name, and he's going to get spotted out by all 3 people from team number 22. So this is going to be really hard for him. He's going to take down all three people. This is a really good game coming out there from Vampire. He just manages himself to just get down and try to take down three people. He's going to take down another one as well. I think he was just so close on taking that guy out, and that is going to be the end of team number 9, which happens to be who happened to be the winners of our previous game, and that is going to be the end of that. And somehow team number 22 almost they just took it back from where it was slipping. So that is something.
Maybe if he jumped off the terrace or something, he might have had a chance. If he jumped off the terrace, tried to throw a nade on that and stop the revive, that could have worked. And meanwhile, we are going to be looking at the hill siege coming in from team number 13, and we're going to be looking at one player actually getting knocked down by team number 6's player who was going prone on that ledge, but he is now in trouble.
There's going to be 2 knockouts there for team number 13. They're going to be in a really bad situation at the moment, as the flank is going to be made by Abhishek. He's going to spot one person out. He's going to try to take him out. He takes down one person from the other team, and he's going to go to, oh my god, that is pretty close. He almost met his death at that moment, and we are going to see, he's going to go down right now. Maninder is going to go down, and that is going to leave him just with one person from team number 13. That happens to be Abhishek, and we still see one person from team number 6 who is knocked out, so that's not really going to help them out, as team number 13 as Abhishek from team number 13 is probably trying to make his way outside that fight, because that is something which he shouldn't be contesting at the moment, and probably he is going to go for a drop. I'm not really sure about
the smoke just actually disappeared, so I guess the drop has been already been contested, and we are going to be looking at team number 6. They are just going to be cleaning up team number 13, and so Abhishek is going to be the only player left for them, and it looks like team number 6 really has a good advantage. Look at Kunal right here. He has a Groza and a BSS, so that little exploration that he made trying to split off from his team, trying to go for the drop, really worked out for him. And look at this, team number 6 have the definitive advantage in this game as of now, as we are going to be looking at Abhishek. He's just going to be looking on top of that hill, trying to wait and see if any of these unsuspecting foes are going to be dropping down, or maybe if the zone is going to be coming into his favor.
I mean, it is in his favor. He's already into the white zone, so I guess from now at the moment, I guess he will be playing it really safe, because there's still about 9 teams, and when he is going to get into the top 4 or top 5, that's going to give them a lot of points. So I guess now is the time where he is going to try and play for the points at the moment, because that is something which I would do as well, given that I'm the only one alive in that team. As we are going to look at Priest, who happens to be the last person from his team as well, as he is making his way into the white zone, while little to his right hand side we are going to see team number 22 as well as team number 24, who are trying to make it into the white zone as well, because in about 55 seconds we are going to see the blue zone trying to close in, and team number 13, Abhishek from team number 13, doesn't know that there is a guy right behind him, and he happens to be the last person alive from his team as well, as we are going to see team number 8, Srinivas Reddy. He is trying to take down 2 people from team number 7 out there, one of them being really low in terms of damage, and he is going to get taken down out there as well. That is going to be the end of team number 8. That's going to be the end of this run, I would say, in the second game. And we are going to look at Fuckboy trying to take out Aluwalia at the moment. Team number 24 are really going to be into the crosshair of Fuckboy. He's going to spot out another person as well. He's going to knock him out as well. That's going to be 2 knockouts for Fuckboy, as he is making his way, trying to get the third as well. The broccoli soup putting out the smokes, trying to go for the revive, and I'm not really sure how it's going to work out, because he is trying to flank at the moment, and I think Fuckboy is going to go and try to get all those kills, because broccoli soup has no idea. The nade is going to get cooked at the moment, and I think this is going to be really tricky, as he's going to cook up another nade as well. He's going for the revive. He's going to get knocked out again. All that for nothing, I would say, and another nade comes out there doing a lot of damage. That's going to be the end of team number 24. What
completely getting soloed by Fuckboy.
And that was a beautiful play coming out there from Fuckboy as well as his teammate Dexter. He was actually trying to go and put a distraction, and that was allowing broccoli soup to get distracted for about just about a couple of seconds.
Just enough.
That was enough for Fuckboy to go and plant those nades and go get those 2 kills, and that was beautiful play coming out there, which is just going to leave us with about 16 people alive and just 6 teams into this game, as the zone is going to close in, and we are going to see where the next zone is going to go. And that is going to still favor team number 6 as well as 16. So this is really going to help them out. Team number 6 are pretty much advantages, given that where they are. So that is something which is going to that's something they just need to wait and watch, because this is a position where they will not want to go outside, because that's really helping them out throughout the course of the game. And now that they are in the top 5 is going to get secure, and they have the numbers advantages where all the 4 people still alive from their team, just like how team number 6 are. They still have about 4 people as well. And and this is going to get really even at the moment, as we are going to see team number 15's player getting knocked out as well, and this is going to be really tricky at the moment, as team number 15 also have about 4 people. This can go either way.
This certainly can go either way, as we are going to be looking at team number 16's. One of their players is trying to scale his way up this mountain, and he needs to be careful because team number 6 can turn back anytime soon, and they might just be able to spot him out. And we are looking at one player from team number 6 is going to be looking at the general direction of where team number 16's player was, and we are going to be looking at Devant right here. He will be able to spot out player from team number 12, and he is going to try to go for the shot, and he needs to be careful. He did manage to reveal his position, but it seems as though none of his shots are going to be connecting. Oh my god, the DP28 is not really going to be working out in this long range, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is exactly the reason why you should be playing this gun in close range. It is completely devastating, as Fogboy actually demonstrated in that little bridge fight.
He could have just used his other gun. I guess he's got an M4, and probably he can use that to try to get those kills out there, because he's got the scope that is going to do a lot of damage, even though the recoil is not that bad compared to DP28. So that's something he could have gone for, and that is going to be the end of team number 15, as team number 12 are going to wipe them out. And I think Matrix is going to fall down right now, because the zone is going to hit him really hard, and that is going to matter, because that is going to be the end of Matrix from team number 12. Team number 15 still have one more person into it, and this is going to be really tricky, because this zone is going to do a lot of damage, and I think team number 15's big gain is going to go down as well. And there you go, that is going to be the end of big gain as well. So that is going to leave us just with about 14. Team number 6, 12, 22 as well as 16, as team number 15 are just going to go down courtesy of that zone, and team number 6 still inside the white zone. So this is going to really help them out, because there's still about 4 people still alive, and that is really going to help them out, because the next zone is going to do a lot of damage, and it looks like all the people are right close to the white zone. So we are going to expect a fight anytime soon at the moment.
But the amount of verticality that this zone has is going to be quite exemplary, because team number 22, they are going to be occupying just one side of this mountain, where actually there is going to be that road, and below them is actually going to be Priest from team number 16. And the best thing Priest can do as of now,
I guess Priest and Fogboy are gonna have a fight at the moment, and that is going to be the end of Priest, and he is going to secure the 3rd place at the moment in terms of the position points, I would say, and not really about the kills. I'm not really sure about that, as we are going to just leave ourselves with about 2 teams and 7 players alive. Team number 6 having the advantage, given that they have a really good verticality, given that they are in that building, and about 4 people alive with them, while compared to the 3 people of team number 22, which is actually going to really worry them at the moment. And I think Deadman is actually in a tricky spot at the moment.
Actually, he is in a good spot, because most of his teammates are above, and the fact that if he managed to spot out the team from team number 22, then they don't have to worry about the rest of them, because if they spot out team number 22's players,
this is good play coming out there from team number 6. They are actually planning to split it out. One more person is coming out there from team number 6, and that is something that is what I wanted to happen from team number 6. Should I have been them? Because if Deadman was going alone, that would not really help them out. It would have gone either ways, because there are 3 people from team number 22 at the same place, and if Deadman is going to go down, that is going to level them up. It's going to just be 6. It's just going to be 3 versus 3 if that was the case, and I think that is not something team number 6 would have wanted, and that is why one of his teammates is going to come and help him out, as the smokes are being popped out there from team number 22. Let's actually see how it's going to work out, and I think Wolverine has a really good angle. He's going to try to take down one, but no, he gets taken down. That is here one lane as well as the shot coming out of the team number 22 player, and Devant is going to take one. He has a good angle of taking down another as well. That is just going to be 1 person for team number 22 alive. I think 2 people from team number 6. So this is going to be really tricky, as one of his teammates are going to, the last guy alive is going to come and try to go for the revive, and Kunal is trying to spot out that guy, while Devant is going to go for the revive. So this is good play coming out there, while team number 22 don't have much of time, as Abizoro has revived 1 person, and let's actually see if he's going to go for another, as Kunal CC is snaking his way inside. The next one is going to pop in about 10 more seconds, so I'm really intrigued to see who is going to get it. And Abizoro is trying to scale himself up, but that's not really working out, and he is going to spot out 1 person. Wolverine is going to get spotted, but then Abizoro is going to get taken down there by Kunal. What a play coming out there. Even though he was taken out, he was able to get that 1 shot right onto him, and that was enough for him, as Dexter is going to try to take him out, but no, that is going to be the end, and Dexter is going to fall down. That is going to be the chicken dinner for Wolverine's team. What a play coming out there from them, and that's commendable, even though Fogboy's team got about what? They had about 19 kills coming out there from the team which finished second, and they really played well up till the last zone. Where that's actually when they screwed up, is what I would feel, because even though team number 6, who eventually
I don't feel like team number 22 actually screwed up. I just feel like team number 6 played it really well, and the fact that one of those guys was actually in a good place where he will be able to spot out the players coming in from that road. Once he figured out that 3 people from team number 22 are going to be coming through that road, he just signaled his team, and the teammate just responded accordingly and tried to give him some cover fire. And you know what? That was really good play coming in from team number 6.
Not just that, I really felt that the zone and the place they were in, that really helped them a lot as well. That was one of the factors which actually helped them to get the chicken dinner, because if you actually realized, until the end of the last 4 zones, they were still into that building right onto the southern continent. So that is something which was really amazing, because we haven't seen a lot of teams just sticking to one place, even though whether the zone is going to be at the same place or not.
But you know what? They got the chicken dinner. And that's what matters. That is the best play they could have made. And ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be coming back to you guys live with the stats, and we'll actually discuss about that after a short commercial break.
I mean, while the break is going to happen, all you can do is just go for these phones right now. Just go and like the video, just subscribe to the channel, and just get down to the comment section and just type !PUBG Mobile, all in caps, if you have a chance, if you actually want to win one of the 3 phones which we are going to give away in today's stream. So without further ado, we will actually be back in about, after a short commercial break.